The hardest part would have been the last day when we were digging it up. It was just a bit hard to keep going, but the best part was getting it done and seeing all the people like that we would have helped or whatever.
The hardest part would have been trying to stay in the truck on the way up. The best part would have been playing soccer with all the locals.
For me, the hardest part wasn't trying to motivate the boys and keep the boys on the track. That was actually quite easy, and thanks guys for making it easy. That was great. The hardest part for me was actually wanting to talk to people but having no language. You know, I just felt so inadequate. You know, you want to try and touch hard, but you can't. And yeah, that was hard. The best part was thinking what a difference a drop of water can make. You know, is that this is the gospel in action. You know, as water is taken to these villages. And you think about how much we depend on just turning a tap on and clean water comes out. We don't have to go to the river or don't have to do something like that.
The nicest part was to see the team to integrate into that setting in such a short time. That's not easy. It's such a different culture, different food, everything is new, and you did a good job on that. I think that was the nicest to see how the team kind of plugged into that village setting and how you went along with the whole program.
The health was a major issue. Yeah, that was pretty sad, knowing that you can only do 2 days there. You don't know how much more they'll continue to grow on what we've given them. You don't know whether they will at all, but that's up to the Lord. But it was good to see God work under pressure with even people like us. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I've got a lot more out of it than they did, probably.
I was overwhelmed by how high they hold education in there. Because back in Australia, there's so many kids that just don't. Schools just, they have to go, but they want to learn. They're just like a sponge that just wants to take as much information as possible.
The best part was the people and the kids, and I really loved being with the kids and just their unity that they have in there. They're so selfless, all of them. And we got the opportunity to go to a couple of different places, so we saw other people that were helping that lived there as well, and it was just great to see that they're putting the time and so passionate about it. And it was also good to see the growth in our own team while we were there. That was awesome.
The best part for me was with Stefan's group when the kids were coming from all over and thinking how they, because they came from towns and families, they weren't from an orphanage or anything, so thinking how they can then go home and impact their own families, and then their families can impact other families, and thinking about the magnitude that could have. And the worst part was, the hardest part, I don't know, probably leaving at the blessing home with all the kids saying goodbye, and we hadn't done it, we hadn't been able to make students for all of them, and there was 120 of them, so we're never going to get that done. So it was very hard to leave them without finishing.
I think, I was going to say something similar to what Lynn said, in the sense that, people that come to the mission field, they give up a lot, and they have a fantastic heart for the people, and we actually got to see the heart of Stefan and Tina and Tracy and David and Pastor Parrish and his team and how that heart for God and their love for God and their love for people is out working in terms of changing lives, making a difference, and to actually, for a brief time, have a little part to play in that was just fantastic. So I know sometimes it can actually be more work, but to have short-termers come along and do stuff, but I really feel blessed that we've been able to sort of enter into your lives just for a little brief period, maybe make just a little bit of improvement in some small way, but also get a sense of what you guys are doing and say good on you. We think you're doing fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, this is the fun part because I didn't do any work. I get to enjoy hearing all the good news and the message that you guys brought back tonight. I think we should definitely give a hand to Philip and to Stephen. We're all evident that if you didn't have leaders like this, then nothing would happen. And I'm glad that I got to meet this gentleman right here. He's done obviously a tremendous work already by planting the seed of missions in your heart. All right, now there's a great responsibility that has been given to you by coming on this trip. Oftentimes you think you're going to go bless somebody, and usually that's what happens, right? But it has come back, hopefully, 100% back to yourself. And so when you receive that, there's only one thing you're supposed to do with that. Give it away to somebody else, right? And to plant that seed in their heart so that they'll get involved in missions.